boom, boom, boom. What? Welcome to another fun video podcast thing with your friend Carter the Power, because we're getting excited. College football season is here. I'm wearing this super awesome Christmas Larry David shirt for no reason whatsoever. You know, gloves don't catch gloves, Larry. Anyway, I am pumped up because I don't have to watch Curb Your Enthusiasm anymore. I could get to watch some actual college football here in just a few measly weeks. Are you kidding me? And now, to set up this wonderful sport that we all love to watch and enjoy all around the country, we have this super cool event where generic answers from coaches are given to generic questions by old white guys in huge rooms, and that's not fun at all. Media days, kind of, sort of, when it comes to college football meat, sucks. And for me personally, this is the first time I've not gone in a long time. I went last year to Atlanta. I thought I had a pass. They ended up not giving it to me. I'll get into that for a different day. I was unfairly treated, which makes me really wonder about things in this country. Anyway, not here nor there. I want to talk about what we can do to fix media days, because in speaking to people that have listened to our radio show over the years, they have enjoyed me doing my show from there. But I will tell you this, as far as actual content is concerned from the players and the coaches and what actually comes from it, it sucks. It's awful. And I think we can fix not necessarily media days. We could still have it, but we need to fix the college football offseason, people, because I have a very simple solution that could fix this entire thing. And I've heard different tweets and seen different things from media members talking about media days just sucks. And I saw Michael Felder, one of the best college football minds, I've known him for a decade now, say that when is it that they're just going to print off generic answers for us to just consume and us not have to even worry about having this event? So, yes, there are different things you can do to spice up media days. Peter Burns had an idea. Let the fans come, sell beer, put it on prime time, and that could be done. But I want people to really think about why we like college football and what actually comes from college football that is fun. And I was listening yesterday to me, the absolute coolest quote I have ever heard at the end of the game, or at the end of any game, and they actually just replayed this game on the SEC network, when Darren McFadden said this.
Yeah, bring number four. We got that wood right here, baby. Somebody better look at this guy's the best football.
I loved it. Like, it was the absolute coolest thing in that moment, or the Tim Tebow quote or whatnot. The great quotes from media members, from the athletes and the coaches themselves, come after actual competition. You rarely get anything just out of nowhere because there's really nothing to talk about. Hardly ever. So, one thing we can do, and you can start this movement yourself, you can help me with this movement, is bring 7-on-7 football to college football. Why has this not been done yet? Why have we not at least attempted this? It is, to me, one of the funnest forms of entertainment, 7-on-7 football. I used to push up against it. I used to not like it at all because it wasn't tackle. I'm a former defensive lineman. I like watching line play. But as I've grown and as I've covered high school football over the years, I've seen 7-on-7 flourish to really close to actual football without the pads. Yes, there's no pass rush. Yes, it's this a quarterback and 5 receivers going up against 3 linebackers, 4 defenders, 2 linebackers, 5 defenders. Who cares? In high school, you play so much 7-on-7. Every single high school prospect plays at least 100 games of 7-on-7 a year, whether it's at practice or, more importantly, against actual opposition. And ask any high school coach, 7-on-7 football develops your team's passing attacks. That's why high school passing attacks have gotten better over the years, because there have been more 7-on-7 tournaments. And not only with actual high school teams, there's AAU 7-on-7 teams, such as the world famous, but teams like the Louisiana Bootleggers. That's a very popular 7-on-7 team just off the top of my head here. And that's what makes the sport fun, is that not only with organized AAU teams, you also go to camps and you get put on 7-on-7 teams, and it makes for great fun and opposition. Just the other day, I watched this what now seems to be a surreal YouTube video. You had Justin Fields, the quarterback for Ohio State, formerly of Georgia, leading one 7-on-7 team, going up against the number one quarterback going into next year, Trevor Lawrence of Clemson. And it was so cool to watch. It literally, and you could see the video, it was on the NFL Network. Like, it was fantastic stuff to watch from the Nike, the opening camp. And I think if you bring it to what is now a boring college football offseason, you will bring content that everybody will enjoy. Starting off with the players. Oh my God, as a football player myself in high school, there was nothing worse than going up against your own teammates every single day. There is no sport where that is worse than actual college football. Think about this. The only time you go up against someone that is not your own teammate during your college career is 12 times, maybe 13 times a year against actual opposition in actual games. That to me is crazy. In a sport where the regular season matters more so than anything else, there's no dry runs against opposition whatsoever. What's up with that? Easy fix. 7-on-7 football. The players would love to do it. You get to be competitive against someone that is not your own team. And if you go watch any 7-on-7 YouTube video, you see how heavily invested the players are into these tournaments. They would absolutely love it. Also, coaches, this would help develop your team's passing attacks. College football teams at the beginning of almost every team, almost at the beginning of almost every year, the passing game sucks because you can't practice against someone else that is not your own team. And your own team, no matter what you say, knows what's coming. If you're an Arkansas fan, you would absolutely love to see the 7-on-7 happen and see your passing attack actually develop. LSU, you got a new passing coordinator, Joe Brady. That would be a good opportunity to see your passing attack develop. And this is the best thing from a player and a coach's perspective. You will get to see your backups play against other opposition. Yes, it's kind of hard to see who the actual best person is on your team unless you actually have reps against other teams. I remember Arkansas, for an example, a team that I cover quite a bit. Going into last year, everyone thought Cole Kelly, for sure, starting quarterback. You know it, I know it. Well, he was horrible. Ty Story was better than Cole Kelly. And going into the year, the Arkansas coaches were confident of that fact. Everybody was so confident of that fact. Well, they couldn't actually see if it was the actual right thing because you didn't get to go up against anybody else. And you couldn't see Cole Kelly couldn't read a defense. And also, it helps get reps for your backup wide receivers. It helps develop actual chemistry. And you can do all of this without burning red shirts or anything like that. It makes perfect sense for the players, and it makes even better sense for the coaches because you can actually see who your best players are in actual competition. And I'm telling you, one thing coaches would say, well, I don't want to give anything up. I don't want to give anything up as a coach because, we're super secretive and we don't let anyone in practices. Why is it that college football, the sport that has the absolute best fans in America, fans have the least access to anything? Think about this. Practices in college are so cut off from fans. You can't go out there like you can at the NFL or at your favorite high school or whatnot. This would be a good opportunity for your fans to see something else other than a crappy spring game broadcast. So, it would be fantastic. Fans would come around to it because, number two, not only for the players, not only for the coaches, but actually number three, for the fans. This is a great opportunity for you to see your team not just play one game, but many games. That's the beauty of 7-on-7. You could play 3 or 4 games a day. A lot of high schools do this. And this would be a good opportunity to see your school go up against other schools in a pretty fun sport. This is a good opportunity for you as a fan, not having to go to wait and hope you get an autograph at some random hotel room where the media days is happening. This would be great because you can actually watch football. You can actually watch the backups. These 4- and 5-star recruits that are coming from wherever they're coming from, that are superstars when they're recruits, you get to actually see them. Those are players that you already know already, and you get to watch this, and it's just bragging rights. It's content. It's football. It's fun. So the fans wins in this as well because let's be honest. College football fans, especially in the SEC, it's a 365 day a year sport, okay? We want more. Like 12 games, 13 games, and if you're Bama, 15 games, that's not enough. We want more. How about a few 7-on-7s? Now, logistically, how would you make this work? Well, it's simple. Just have 4 teams go to one location, 4 teams go to another, or 7 at one location, 7 at another, and have different tournaments at different places. What's wrong with, the Frisco Star in Dallas? 10,000-seater indoor, sell tickets. Who loses? You broadcast this on the SEC network or the ACC network, Pac-12 networks. Money. Because while people may not watch as much as they would normally do on a college football Saturday, they're going to watch because it's college football and it's the passing portion of football, which is the portion that fans want to see the most. This is a big moneymaker there to be had. Just air it on your networks. No one says no to this, okay? Well, what if a player gets or injured in a game that doesn't matter? Injuries are always a risk. And if you don't want to risk your stars in 7-on-7, don't play them. That simple. But any coach that would lie and say that those reps would not be valuable to see your team develop, you're crazy. You're absolutely crazy. Actual content, everybody watches, everybody wins. You can actually go to the 7-on-7 tournament yourself, and it would be fun. And here's something else you can do on top of that. Now, something about 7-on-7 is that it does have a little bit of a looser nature to it when you go to these tournaments. Well, I like 7-on-7 that's taken seriously, like teams that actually run their actual offense. And I think a lot of coaches would take it seriously. But something else you can do, if you want to make it fun, why not bring former SEC legends, or once again, any college football team's legends, back to come coach these teams? How cool would that be to see Julio Jones and Greg McElroy calling the shots for Alabama, or Patrick Peterson calling the shots for LSU? That would be so much fun. It would bring the legends back, and it would be a lot better than these media days that are old and tired. And to see these kids get competitive with each other, that's where you get actual good content. I want your thoughts on this. Let me know in the comment section below. Would you like to see 7-on-7 football this year, or just any year down the road for a college football offseason? What I want you to do, if you answer yes, you see my side on this and you would get a part of this movement. That's great. But if you answer no, what I want you to do is, if you know a high school coach, go up to him and ask him this question. Do they see their teams actually get better from 7-on-7 football? Or if you've not actually watched 7-on-7, you actually go watch it. Go see it for yourself, and you be the judge of it, okay? Once again, my name's Carter the Power. I want to connect with you. I want to come to your city and tell jokes. Why not? CarterThePower.com. Hit me up there or on any social media. That is at CarterThePower. Should be a fun college football season. We'll have more content on the way. Subscribe. Boom.